Hey, so in the next couple of videos, we're going to look at what makes a good ad. So I'm going to share some frameworks with you, some formulas that you can use to see if your ads hit these points, right? If they're doing these things, because there is specific things, triggers that make people click on things, that make people buy, that make people want things, right? And we have to understand them. We have to know them. We have to understand the psychology of humans and human behavior, as well as the specific psychology of our dream clients, right? And that's their fundamental components really to have successful ads. So it's not about learning the little trick or the little thing. It's really ultimately, if you want to win long term at Facebook ads, it's about understanding the psychology of people, understanding the psychology of your people, and how to communicate effectively to that psychology in order to move them along the dial, to get them to jump through the hoop, to get them to click on the thing, right? So you should really be studying this stuff. I hope that you are. I'm a big I'm very passionate about psychology, very, very passionate. I've understanding my own psychology for years, very much into personal development before I started to study and get very, very interested in marketing. But I did neglect it for a very long time. When I ran e-commerce businesses, I wanted the tricks and I wanted the countdown timers and the flashy things, right? Because I thought that would work. And even if you find some quick hack, I can guarantee you that it will only have a short lifespan. But really, when you understand the principles of human behavior, you have them for life. And once you invest your energy to learn those, and then you come to write some ad copy, or you come to create your ad, you come to record the camera, you know what to say, you know the kind of rough sequence of events that you want to go through. Okay. And it's kind of like storytelling is a big element to it. And yeah, look, let's dive in and let's take a look at some of this stuff. So the first one we'll go through is called QPASPA. Okay. Now, QPASPA, what it's very useful for is writing your ad copy. So remember, we got the above the fold, below the fold, we got the creative and the headline. So QPASPA is very good for the copy up the top. You can also use this for your creative, right? You can also kind of follow a sequence of events. Remember, in the past modules, we talked about pain, problem, solution, product. This is another variation of that. So a great way to open up in a Facebook ad, to open someone up, is by asking a question. Want this thing? Want to scale your business by 10K, right? Want to get more clients? Very simple. Yes, that's the thing that I want, right? Pain. Are you experiencing this thing? Are you running around the place? Or you don't even have to say, it doesn't have to be a question. You're running around the place trying to be all over every single platform, right? Feeling overwhelmed, right? Feeling isolated, whatever it may be. Fitness, it could be, you're struggling to get that six pack. You have zero energy, right? Anxiety, stress, whatever the pain is, okay? Are you experiencing this thing? And the more specific you can be to that person, the better it's going to be, okay? We want to really have a great understanding of our dream clients' psychographics, their pains, their problems, right? And then what we do is we agitate, okay? So the best way to agitate is to get very descriptive, right? In terms of like maybe something that they may be doing, right? So question, are you feeling overwhelmed with all these bright, shiny objects? Pain. You're running around the internet on every single platform trying to grow your business, and then agitate. But no matter what you do, you can't seem to get the clients in the door. Even though you provide such an incredible result for people once they come through the door, whatever you do, you just can't seem to get more of them. Okay. It's an agitation. Now solve. You present the solution. But perhaps what you need to do is, in fact, not be running around the place trying to learn all these different tactics and hacks and techniques. And what you really need to do is come center and really learn and understand the principles of marketing and psychology and your dream client. So you can go and craft a very effective message that will work on YouTube, that will work on Twitter, that will work on Facebook, and it will hit the right points with the right people. Okay. So that's the solution, right? And you see what I'm doing here now is I'm empathizing. Are you experiencing this thing, right? Well, here may be the actual real problem. Here may be the real, here may be what you actually need. And then you can give that aha moment. And that aha moment is gold in marketing, because as soon as somebody gets that, they perceive you in a totally new light. They're like, okay, this person has answers. This person has solution. Okay. Now I see this person as an authority figure. They know what they're talking about. And when somebody sees you as an authority, they allow you to lead, right? Which is you really need if you're going to be an impactful coach or consultant. You need to be strong. You need to be that authority figure. Okay. So you have to be able to show people sort of what their real problems are, calling them out on things, all that kind of stuff. So then prove. I'm not talking necessarily about case studies or testimonials here. You could use something like that. But in general, you know, you can do this through storytelling. Like when I figured this out, my income went from 5K a month to 20K a month. You know, when I figured this thing out, within 6 weeks, I had, you know, a booming six pack. When my mentor showed me this one thing, this thing happened. When I taught this trick to Henrik, he went from a struggling personal trainer that was making $50 an hour, struggling to get clients, to selling out his €6,500 coaching program in 8 weeks. You know, whatever you want to do, like however you can weave proof in there is great, but obviously it has to all flow, has to be nice. Okay. And then the last one is a call to action. So if you want the same access, if you want access to the same exact training that he had, click this thing. It'll take you 5 minutes to read and you'll get a good understanding. You know, you're feeling overwhelmed, click this thing and you're going to get a deep understanding of the psychology principles that you need to know if you're going to have success in online marketing today. Okay. You know, just grab this thing. It'll take you 5 minutes to read, whatever it is. Okay. So that's sort of a rough framework. Now there's so many different things you could do here. You really want to test lots of things, right? Obviously this ad copy on the left, it wants to match the creative. But you can get in so many different ways. There's so many intricate little pains and problems people are experiencing. Do you feel like a one-man isolated entrepreneur? Do you feel like you're on a one-man entrepreneurial island and your friends and family don't seem to get what you're doing at all? And even though you know, right, this is agitation, that you're meant to be an entrepreneur, the fear still creeps in, the doubt starts creeping in, you start listening to the neighbor down the road, you start wondering if you're still going to, you know, take that day job. But here's the thing, here's the solution, right? Well, perhaps you're just not mixing with people that have results in the area that you want to move forward in, right? Perhaps you just need a crew of people that have been there, that have done the thing, that have success in what you want to do, and start mixing with those people. And what you'll find in a very short time is that you shift your mindset totally, and you start to see that things are possible, and you start to map out your clear path, and you start to realize all of the steps that are necessary to get you to where you want to go. And proof, look, here's what happened to me. When I was trying to set up my online business for years, I went to go it alone. I went to run around the internet and trying to learn all these different tactics and strategies. And I got completely burnt out and I ended up in a state of adrenal fatigue. But when I found the thing that I really wanted to do, which was coaching, I wasn't leaving anything to chance. So I went and I sought help from people who had success in the area that I wanted to move into. And within 1 month in my mentorship program, I signed my first high ticket client. Within 3.5 months, I signed 3 clients I signed 5 clients in 3 days. And before I knew it, 3.5 months into my mentorship program, I'd already doubled my investment, and I've never looked back from that day. So here's the power of what happens when you surround yourself with the right people, right? And you put yourself in that environment day in, day out. So call to action, right? Here's what I can do for you today. We can hop on the line. We can have a quick chat. We can map out a quick plan of action to get you to exactly where you want to go. Right? We will map out a clear path and we will smash through any blocks that may be in the way of you getting to where you want to go. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm just making this stuff up. I'm just running through this stuff right now. These are subtle frameworks. There's elements in here that are based on my dream client psychology because I understand those people, but I also relentlessly study human psychology. So I can map this onto anything. Let's take it over to fitness. Let's say, question, are you struggling to, do you really want to run that triathlon? Right? You want that beach body for summer coming around the corner, you know, pain. No matter what you try, you can't drop a few pairs of jean sizes. No matter what you try, you can't seem to, you know, do that mile in under 5 minutes, right? Whatever it is, agitate. So you run around, you're working your ass off, you're trying every single thing you can to get the result that you want, but no matter what, it's not coming around, right? So solve, well, here may be what the actual problem is. Perhaps you're overtraining. Perhaps you're going too hard. Perhaps your body's not getting enough rest. Perhaps you're stuck in a state of inflammation. Perhaps your microbiome is messed up. Perhaps your sleep cycle is totally out of whack, your circadian rhythm, right? Proof. Here's what happened when I used to train my ass off. Ended up totally burnt out with this thing. Okay. Now, when I actually came across the work of Paul Chek, who is a holistic health and lifestyle coach, I started to understand that everything works in a unique balance, yin, yang, you know, catabolism, animalism, whatever it's called, right? Your breakdown and your build up, right? And I realized that I was very out of balance in one area of life. What I actually needed to do was not keep firing, keep going 90 miles an hour. What I actually needed to do was find balance and make sure that I was getting to bed at a reasonable hour, making sure I was off the screens, making sure I was doing all these different things, right? So I'm just in the story here, I'm just giving an example, right, of how the claim that I'm making is true, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a bit of a claim, right? You know, grab a bit of attention, make a bit of a claim, agitate a little bit, engage a bit of emotion, and then prove that to be true. And then the call to action, go, hey, do you want this thing? It's free, or you can hop on a line with me, or whatever it is. And then they're going to go, yes, because you've hit all the right points with those people, right? You get them. So that's sort of how we do it, right? That is the pain problem solution product. So yeah, so I'll leave it there. And in the next video, we'll look at something that we can use to for our headlines. Now, this thing I've gone through here, you can use this for your ad copy. You can also use this in your sales page. You can even use it in emails. You can even use it in your creative, right? This is the thing, right? Do you want this thing? Are you going through this pain? Well, here's the actual problem. Boom, here's the solution, product, right? It's very simple. Simple, but takes a bit of a while to get the hang of and to find the flow with it. And like I said, look, this is not rigid. Okay, you want to be able to break the script, you might say, because the more natural and the more flow you can be, the more authenticity, the more essence is in there, the more people are going to connect with it. So don't follow this religiously. It's only there as a template. Okay, you want to have the structure, but inject your own essence into the structure, and that's where the real gold is. Okay, because you don't want to just be a person like reading off a script. Like every guy on YouTube, you just click on the thing and it goes, are you tired of, you know, the 9 to 5, you know, like it's just like very, very, you know, they're hitting certain pain points, right? But that is not the type of person that I want to work with. I see so many people doing that type of thing and so many people like slamming gurus and stuff. And just imagine like what kind of people are into that. Well, if you are wanting to operate an impactful coaching or consulting business where you bring in amazing people that you get amazing results for, I don't think that fear mongering and that kind of stuff is the thing to get the right people in. And I'm not just saying that on a guess. I have been studying this stuff and I have spoken with my mentor in depth about this. And basically what you put out there attracts what comes back. That's how it works. Okay. So we want to understand the psychology. We want to understand the principles. We want to inject that soul. Okay, cool. See you in the next video.